What's up, guys? Now, so coming at you another reaction video. Today we got more multiverse gameplay. Surprisingly, today is the day of the first closed alpha beta, so I had to check my email. But right now I haven't checked it yet. I just woke up maybe like an hour ago. It's like 12 o'clock over here on the East Coast, and we got another pro gameplay. Except this one is 30 minutes long. The other one was like 18 minutes long, but my video turned out to be like 30 plus minutes. So I'm probably gonna have to start cutting this one because I don't know what's going on here. But more pro gameplay. Oh, hold on. Go back for like a slight second. Yeah, Lord Knight. He's one of the like pro fighters players. I saw Lord Knight up there at the top
I'm
left.
the Purple Sharpie, and you're watching the MultiVersus Pro Player Showcase.
The Purple Sharpie. I've never heard
MultiVersus
her
is an all-new, free-to-play platform fighter featuring team-based 2v2 matches
Let me know in the
and
comments
an
if you know who
ever-expanding
the
iconic
Sharpie is.
roster
Never
of
heard of her.
characters using teamwork and strategy
The
unlike
Purple Sharpie.
any
My
other.
bad.
Developed by Player First
Is she?
strategy unlike
She's wearing a Steam Universe shirt. I had to look at that for a second. I was like, is that the star?
any other.
I think it is.
Developed by Player First Games, MultiVersus will be released on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC with full cross-play support. Today, well-known platform fighters and fighting game players will be competing in a best-of-5 2v2 match. With dedicated server-based rollback netcode, these matches will be a fantastic display of all looking to get a glimpse of insane MultiVersus action. To call all the action with me, let me bring in my fellow caster and good friend, Ajax.
I am so excited to talk
Never heard
about
of it. There's
MultiVersus.
Ajax
We
dude
get to
either.
finally bring
So
some
is this
action
gonna be like them
full player
commentating over the
gameplay. It's going to
gameplay?
be a 2v2 style format, which is
Because
going to be
when it says
utilizing
pro
the
player
perk
showcase,
system.
I
The
thought it
perk
was just
system
gonna be
allows
like
you to
another
change the
pro
style
player
of characters
gameplay
that you
versus
have,
the
whether it be
devs.
the offense, the utility, or the defense, and every character has their own unique perks as well. We're going to see a lot of that when the match begins. And there is also a shared lives attached to this. So when you are playing in 2v2s, you have to be very careful about when you are working with your teammate, because there are 4 lives in total and they are shared amongst the 2 of you. And if you're not paying attention, you might end up having one person lose all 4. It is going to be crucial that your team communication is on point and that you are working together the whole time. I can't wait for us to go ahead and see this action.
Now, I believe the final thing is that all of these different archetypes inside of these characters are incredibly important. We have assassins, we have bruisers, we have supports, and we have mages.
Assassins?
Do you have any specific characters that you're really looking forward to seeing today, Ajax?
I'm very much looking forward for one to maybe just potentially Batman, but also a whole lot of support strength from these characters like Steven Universe and something.
Okay, so she is wearing a star.
Really,
I was wondering because I was like, that was something else I was wondering. I was like, I wonder what Steven's gonna be like in this game. Just like, because we haven't seen anything of his actual like gameplay.
Damage dealer as well, the mage archetype class, Bugs Bunny, and of course the tank Wonder Woman. We have so much potential.
So Wonder Woman's a tank in this game. Okay, good to keep in mind.
Amongst all these different archetypes.
Well, let's not keep the people waiting. I believe we have a match showcased here. Light and Esam will be on one team, MVD and Lord Knight will be on the other. Let's see some amazing versus play.
I want to see what Lord Knight playing this game was
Let's
like.
take a close look at these perks. Here's the perk system, everyone. You're looking at
Team receives 20% reduction to ground and wall.
Elasticity, which reduces ground knockback based off of when you
20% for that? It's not bad.
So if anybody ever sends Batman into one of his shields, it's gonna reduce that by 20%. And then amongst the other ones, you saw that he has CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla is reducing the overall time that it takes to get those moves back, the special moves, which we see on 2 of them, both Batman and Steven Universe. So that's going to reduce it by 12% instead, because the perks do stack on top of each other. And then the last one, the aerial drift control coming in from Steven Universe, is going to allow him more aerial mobility while he's in the air. And then Batman has 2 debuffs, the fire debuff and the...
Also, before you go in, you can check everybody's stuff. Okay, that's good to know. Because I was wondering, I was like, when you're first playing this, you're not going to know what any of these icons you're looking at are going to mean. So you can't hover over them. I'm assuming for the other characters too.
Hit stun off of projectile.
Oh, never mind. It gives you a full breakdown here, but it's probably going to move by so fast that you don't see it. So Lord Knight's playing that girl from, I think, Game of Thrones. MVD's playing Bugs Bunny, Light's playing Batman, and Isam is playing Steven Universe.
Overtime from
Interesting.
the fire debuff. Cannot wait to see how this goes between these two teams.
Now, I want to point out a very important perk that the red team, MVD, and it appears as though Lord Knights both had there, which was the triple jump perk, allocating each player an additional jump because it was stacked upon. Very important, especially on a stage like this.
Exactly. It allows you easier times to not only get back to the stage, but also to chase your opponent. As you see, right now, Light is doing that over on the side. He's going to be using that Batarang as often as possible, not only to get...
Stevie can set up healing? Oh, he really is a support option. Oh, so Watermelon Steven.
What just happened, Sharpie?
That was an amazing tether exploding, actually proccing the Rose debuff on both, and they also had the immediate up charge just from...
Oh, so there is stage destruction. Interesting.
Crazy. A large amount of damage coming down, and no kills yet from the blue side, but the red team was able to secure a kill there.
Yeah, these KOs are so consistent on the side of the red team as well because of things like that Rocket, because of things like Arya, where she can find you and get those ring outs very quick. Almost getting sent out to the top right there as we see Batman coming in, trying to find that uppercut to find a KO, find that up special to close things out. There comes the double down neutral attack.
Wow, I'm surprised they didn't edge guard that like that, but I guess Batman and Steven aren't really the best for that.
Back into the game.
Oh wow, that Steven tether resulted in a ring out right there. Very quick and easy. Bugs coming back in at 0%, but wow, what a KO, honestly. Arya one hit away from a bubble right now. D-Proc does go through, and that cleanse was...
So just to pause it to like take this all in for a second. I'm trying to like mainly analyze Steven because Batman, Bugs we've already seen. I don't think we've seen much of Arya yet, but Steven's like the main one here I'm interested in. And I'm just looking at him and his Watermelon Steven doing shit, and I'm like, he heals from bringing it out. I think he can use it like a puppet character in a sense. Or I wonder, does it just operate on its own?
Right now, knocked off the stage.
Gets sent away immediately, and now there's that debuff you're talking about. 2 debuffs on both of them, and 5 stacks of that debuff leads to a bubble.
Wow.
Whenever Steven Universe gets that on, that's free damage coming in. But 119 damage on the side of Batman, especially here on a stage like this. If you get caught by one of those up airs from Bugs Bunny, which is that bat or the mallet right on the side of the stage, it's gonna go ahead and find the ring out.
Now, that was an amazing use of Steven Universe's prop right there. One of Steven's passive is that when he dodges, it actually creates a shield on him and his ally that acts as an armor, but that armor is shared. And what we saw right there was Batman immediately, actually, Bugs going up to hit him and completely ignoring that hit just because of that armor. Beautiful.
And speaking of armor, Arya has the ability to always set a move to an armor break. You'll see sparks on a move. That indicates that that move can, in fact, do an armor break or armor debuff. Those armor debuffs increase knockback taken, and...
So it's interesting that Arya has the ability to just make armor break moves. Just like casual. So anybody like Steven, for example, puts armor on him and his teammate, Arya can break through your armor with little resistance. Interesting.
That somebody may have placed on, like a Wonder Woman. That's safe as well. If you break that safe from Bugs Bunny, it will drop an item onto the stage that can be used by both players. As you see Bugs going straight under the stage to get out of that situation as quickly as possible.
Now, this is really a testament, I feel, to Bugs' general horizontal strength, because my gosh, is he not doing amazing things with these up specials?
Yeah, we see an up neutral attack right there coming in from Steven Universe as well. Great knockback on that move. Now coming in with the side air to close out the life right there on Arya. 3 lives.
Dang.
He's taken, and the final one taken there on the red team. Gonna get the ring.
I was gonna say if they could have hit Bugs, they potentially could have won the round. Cause like only person higher. Or not even higher. He was like slightly below Bugs in terms of damage. Was Batman. He was at like 130. But Batman was already getting pushed off the edge when he got caught by something. So it was just Batman couldn't do nothing.
Out and go ahead and take that first game on the side of MVD and Lord Knight.
What an amazing showing from MVD and Lord Knight there. Now, I really just want to kind of call out something that I think MVD did incredibly well, and something that you kind of noted we may see coming out from Bugs. Some of those projectile control, absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy. And I really
that's
feel
what he
that
did.
triple jump allowed Bugs to kind of just traverse around the entirety of the screen without very much care as to how many...
Yeah, that was it right there. He threw down the safe and kicked. I didn't notice he could kick the safe. I didn't see that at first. That's interesting. He can just drop a projectile through a floor right here, and it fell all the way to the bottom, and then he kicked it, and then it just some decent damage. That's crazy.
Many jumps or how many different types of recovery Bugs had left.
Absolutely. We saw those 4 ring outs on the side of Bugs Bunny because of the fact that every time there was a projectile hit that was lined up, he was there and ready to find the ring out off the top. Or you saw Lord Knight sending in with one of those side airs, with one of those very quick strings that Arya has access to send them that way as well. And something to keep very close eye on while we're talking about the perks of the blue team, the red team as well. When you have Arya who uses the wounded perk, enemies that get stuck by this perk will get increased stun debuff when they're knocked back.
Increased
So it
stun
allows
debuff. Damn.
consistent follow-ups. It's much better as you use that move. But when you get stuck by that knife, it allows Arya to instantly teleport to that opponent. And if you're not careful,
Wait a minute. So she can instantly teleport to you while also debuffing you? Arya kind of is crazy, but I'm not a Game of Thrones guy.
Opponent. So you have to watch out at all times, and if you're not careful, MVD is going to be there and ready to find that ring out off the top with that bat.
Now, one of the things I would like to see in this upcoming match that I feel as though Lord Knight could probably excel at is one of the really amazing things that Arya has as a passive is that when she does actually ring out an enemy, she spawns a pie that both heals and debuffs her enemies, meaning that it will heal her, but debuff and put a slow debuff on her enemies. Absolutely amazing, in addition to also giving her a rage debuff as well. So I'm very, very excited to see that.
Oh, that's that knife she was... Wait, so you could put that on people and the stage? That's kind of crazy, bro. So, like, Arya throws her knife on the edge. Somebody thinks they got the knockout, so they're like standing here not trying to like make sure she's dead, and then boom, Arya comes back, teleports, grabs the ledge, and potentially can try to get the win now. That's kind of nutty. And she can teleport to people by putting a knife on them? Hold on.
It's something very similar to that too. You have Batman who has the smoke bomb. If Batman gets anybody within the smoke bomb on the other team, they get slowed, and any moves that happen while Batman is invisible will lead to an armor debuff as well. When you get 5 seconds to that, it increases knockback on the opponent. We're seeing a double up here on Lord Knight, but as
So I can tell one of the big things about this game is definitely about to be the ability to debuff your opponent's armor so that it's easier to launch them. That definitely seems like it's something that every build could at least need to have.
MVD came back in, Light was instantly there to go ahead and answer that and try and back him off.
Now, I really have to say,
yeah, Arya can just throw her knife on anything. She threw it on a watermelon, Steven.
Kind of get that tether whenever you need be. Absolutely love that. Really good tether as well.
That was so amazing.
That's something I'm wondering. Like, does Steven control it? Like, do you controlling Steven control the watermelon Steven? Or is it just something like in fighters where like a Cyberman operates with the ability to be operated by the person controlling it? Or it can also operate by itself, just autopiloting, basically.
Played right there on the blue team.
Like, it'll just default to going towards an opponent.
The jab strings to set him into a combo, and then after he got knocked up, you saw ECM instantly go for the tether to try and find the up special.
That's something interesting I just noticed about Bugs Bunny. Bugs can shoot the Acme rocket. It's kind of like what's his name, Villager in Smash, where he can hop on a rocket and Bugs had shot it up into the air and hopped off of it and just let it like slowly fall down. And then right there he's using it. He shot it across the map and it didn't hit anybody here because Batman's up in the air and Steve was on the ground. But he shot it at an angle and it like kind of slowly arcs down. Or that could be useful for like some edge guarding shit, where like you throwing it up in the air to try to like put pressure on your opponent to like try to get away from you, but then the rocket falls behind them because they're not paying attention to something falling from the top of the screen. Or like right here where where Bugs can arc it into the edge to try to, keep you from recovering onto the stage. That's really useful.
Using that shield to find a KO off the top. Still no KOs happening.
Okay, Steven got his armor broken.
2 of them right there.
Wow, amazing ring out there by ECM. Just a very, very stellar up move to go ahead and get that KO.
And now what are you doing here on the side of red team? You want to go ahead and answer right back. You see 100.
I just saw that. That was also interesting. Arya threw her knife onto this platform, and Steven walked past. He walked next to it. I don't think he like overlapped with it, and then the knife got attached to him. So the knife can attach to people that walk over it. That's
117
interesting.
damage on the side of Steven, and that's exactly what you do. You see the burrow coming in from Bugs Bunny, found his way all the way underneath, and also found himself exiting the building immediately, answered right back from the blue team.
That looked like an amazing
I wonder how
battle
many
we were
watermelon
just
Stevies you
talking
can
about
throw there.
before there,
Is it just
Ajax.
limited to one?
Exactly. You want to use those batteries
throwing
to set up
multiple
team
down will
combos.
low-key
As
be
the battering
cracked.
comes back in, not only does it give a debuff from the
Hold on.
additional damage you take from that fire,
But I saw Arya hit that teleport, and I was trying to look out for it, but
exactly. You want
I
to
was
use those
thinking
batteries to
just
set
to-
up team combos.
okay. So Arya threw her knife on the edge, and both ran over it.
As the battering comes back in, not
And
only does
boom.
it give
Yeah, then she teleported the. Yo, that's kind of crap. She can. She don't even have to hit it on the enemy on the stage. Bugs can be carrying the knife, and if Arya's about to die, she just teleports from the bottom of the map to wherever the knife is. That's crazy. 'Cause that just gives her, as long as she doesn't get straight killed, like straight knocked off the knife, and she can't throw her knife on anything to recover, she can come right back. Or she can't come back. But if she throws her knife on literally anything that is on the stage or on another person, it's just a straight teleport to them.
from the additional damage you
So
take from
you
that
gotta
fire,
guarantee
but
the
also
kill,
the ability
or
to
you
combo is
or
so
not lose, or
consistent
she won't
with
die.
these burrows coming in from Bugs Bunny, finding his way under the stage, consistently getting in, using that as a great option to go ahead and get up close and personal.
Oh wow, we're at a point right now where blue team is literally one ring out away from
Yeah, blue team's
victory.
gonna dominate this
Lord
time.
Knight at 55%, NVD at now 100%. Oh my god, all it's gonna take is literally one tether to go ahead and secure this right now for blue team.
Great job on the red team finding that from Ari.
That's toxic. Batman threw it out in the smoke, and then Steven was trolling, spinning in it, and then he was bringing the watermelon Steve because they know that they had the lead. So it's like they're playing the lead. You can't rush them because both of your opponents are like, my bad. Both of your opponents are high damage, and y'all are both low because y'all both pretty much just died. And Steven's not really high anyway. So it's like, y'all want to run up and try get some damage on us? The other person's setting up a trap for you. Because when you go in here, I'm pretty sure you take like armor decrease from Batman.
That has
For any
multi
attacks
hits
that
and it's
happen, yeah.
very easy to find it. Now, what you just saw to Arya a second ago, that spin is when the knife is on a debuff. As you can see underneath Steven Universe, there is a cooldown for your specials in this game. Not every single move is a cooldown based move, but you have to.
Oh, so that's what those were. I thought those were buffs and debuffs. There's cooldown for moves, so you can't use them. Oh, that's okay. I didn't even know it was in this game. That's a big one too. So you can't just hit the same special like in Smash to where there's no limit to hitting it. Here you actually have a limiter.
Keep an eye on that, and if you pay close attention,
They're probably going to adjust that
Batman says, "I
at the
cannot
start of the game,
That is when
but I
the
guess it's what the
batarang
betas
is
are for.
currently broken or the bat bomb is not available.
So they can get like
You
a
have to
feel
listen
for
to the
them.
sound cues as well, and you have to listen to that victory go off as we see Batman go ahead and find that batarang and getting that spike at the bottom of the stage. And now we're at one apiece.
I honestly missed the
Amazing,
Batman kill. I was
amazing
still looking
play
at Steven
there
and Bugs.
From both ESAM and Light inside of there. We can even see that it appears as though Light did the brunt of that work inside of that setup, having 409 damage going exclusively to Batman. What a crazy display there.
And what was beautiful about that too is even with that 409 damage, the consistency of finding those hits with Batarang and the speed of Batman, it was the Steven who had 3 ring outs. You want to work with your teammate to set those up. Every time that you saw Light get a quick string and put him in the air, you saw the tether coming in from ESAM to get that explosion, to get that knockout off the top. It was
Yo, I can't wait to play this game with my homie because they're definitely pitching this to where teamwork is key. And since me and him be in a Discord playing games together, and we sometimes legitimately just be having crazy synergy. Sometimes it's like that's an interesting little thing that we can really excel at because this is definitely working well with your teammate and your characters complementing each other. So me and him probably gonna play this game and be looking for the best synergy between characters that we like, and then it's like, okay, even if the characters we play don't have the best synergy, how can we make their synergy work? You know, kind of like in fighters. where you can play teams that don't have the best synergy and still make them very viable.
Here on the side of MVD and Lord Knight to answer that back.
Now, one of the things I do want to shout out that ESAM did incredibly well inside of that specific matchup was I noticed that whenever he was putting down Watermelon Steven, there was a healing AoE effect that actually affected not only him, but also Batman, meaning that they could go ahead and soak up that much more damage. Now, inside of a Bugs match, where you specifically have to worry about projectiles coming and very possibly knocking off the stage at higher percentages, that heal is going to go a very long way. In addition, the cleanse aspect of putting down Watermelon Steven helps so much so that you don't have to necessarily worry about Arya's backstab procs. Very useful.
Something I also notice as well is usually when you see someone like an Arya or a Harley Quinn, when they're playing, they like to use the perk that increases vertical damage off of things like your up airs. But when you look at that perk lineup, both players are using all the three of the same, which allows double stacking. So it gives Bugs Bunny the ability to get all of the tools back quicker, have greater aerial movement, and the triple jump. So it allows Lord Knight
Yeah, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Bugs just shut the rocket up, and now it's off screen. You're gonna forget it's up there unless it was like a 1v1 or something, and then it's gonna fall down.
Allowing them to set up for MVD to find them as well.
For sure. Oh, and oh no, it looks like Steven's in a rough spot right now because of that shield. Luckily, it's gone now, so they have a bit more space to work with.
Okay, so the rocket hasn't come down yet. I don't know if Bugs canceled it or something, or if it's just something to where maybe Bugs can toggle the rocket to not come back down. Because I'm assuming it doesn't do damage to him. So he shot it up at like round start or around the start of this round, and it still hasn't fallen. So either it takes a really long time to come down, or it went away. Oh no, yeah, that rocket just takes like a good couple of seconds to come down, and you see that's gonna be really useful for like setting up traps for your opponent. Because like right there, that rocket took so long to fall down that they were like, okay, the rocket would have failed by now. And now they started moving back into the middle of the map where he shot the rocket, and then you can see right here alone, Batman's right underneath it, and Steven's right above it. It blows up, it's gonna hit both of them unless Steven somehow manages to get out the range of it.
Kind of put out some damage.
And then, yeah, that's exactly what killed Steven. So it's like that rocket is low-key crazy with its ability to just go up and be forgettable. Because any attack that goes off screen and comes back like that, that's something that you're very liable to forget, especially with how long it took to fall down.
Oh, and not paying attention to the Looney Tune himself, the Acme Rocket finding his way back down. That move will come back around the time that it's getting ready to finish its cooldown, but you may forget about it for a while because it takes a long time to find its way back down. That was so well played, and now the red team gets another up air off of Bugs Bunny and gets 2 lives in the lead.
Lord Knight going ahead and putting out some real damage on Watermelon Steven, trying to get him out of the fight. And MVD just doing amazing things with projectiles, trying to keep Steven out of the fight.
Damn, he just comboed Steven with the projectiles.
And doing exactly
Dang, they got 3 stacks already. Oh.
You see 38 damage, almost getting knocked out off the top, but they finally get a point on the side of the blue team. There comes that side there. That shield is going to take out the Arya. The blue team can very much so get back into this game if they could get some coordinated 2v1s as they're doing right now.
Now, there's a lot of attack decay coming down from Steven, meaning that Steven Universe is actually using a similar attack over and over again, resulting in that attack not only doing less damage, but also resulting in less knockback from that damage. It's very important, especially inside of MultiVersus, to divvy up the games that you use. But it ultimately won't matter in this instance because another win goes over to MVD. Yeah,
so damn, they got limiters on certain attacks that they're doing, and they also they got limiters, and they also have stuff where the attack, the more you use it, does less and less damage. So you really gotta be careful what you're hitting.
But because that got hit at the very startup before the rocket was able to be sent off, you can use it again. So as soon as MVD recognized that, he saw light was flying above him and unfortunately got sent straight to the ceiling and knocked out of his own back cave.
Now, I'm really interested in exactly what type of teamwork was going on inside that very last match. I would absolutely love to hear from the players, and I think we're actually going to throw over to the players and kind of listen in.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to hear what they saying. I want to see what Lord Knight and, what's it, DVC? Or MVD. I want to see what they're talking. Okay, so this is Light and Esau.
Was a little bit passive in a good way. Like he wasn't in bad spot. I think that's their whole thing, because like he gets big damage combos, but I think when it comes to killing, it's gonna mainly be from MVD. So okay, it's just gonna have to live.
Yeah, I'm still confident with the character choices though.
So Trophy's Edge Shoe, we haven't gotten it.
There
at
go
all.
Lord Knight.
It has like two main fields of play on the left.
Damn,
and right,
I saw
with
that
a hole
shit.
in the middle. So it's really good for zoning and camping. So if you ever need to just like go to one side and chill, like that's fine. Like you have cooldowns that you need to get back or whatever, you can just run away. And there's also platforms that move off screen.
Oh, he got an Acme box. This man put out a Meeseeks box from his Acme box. How many tools does Bugs Bunny have? Because, like, there's stuff that he's not even using.
Or off the platforms, rather.
As we continue to look at this match here, you can listen in and hear the way that the red team was talking about the early play. Not only did MVD find himself a triple down here in the last match, it was answered right back as well on the start of Lord Knight, who ended up losing that life very quickly off the start. Blue team doing an amazing job kind of holding that lead, holding position on the right side here of Trophy's Edge 2 to make sure that the red team has to be the one to actually run in. And we see Sam go in with that tether to get some damage, catching him off guard.
Amazing tether. Oh, even got the bubble there off of Bugs. That's absolutely huge. MVD sitting at 100.
I was gonna say, how long did that bubble last? 'Cause that bubble lasted for a solid minute. If any one of them could have got the Bucks with there, that could have been an easy kill.
Right now, very much so within knockout range, and Steven's just throwing out these tethers trying to get somebody right now. Wonderful play there, and a wonderful follow-up by Batman as well. We're just looking for one more ring out right now, and Bugs is the hopeful contender.
Yeah, Bugs.
Oh,
very
shit,
close.
Bugs almost got
Saw
spiked.
the shield coming in from the passive ability from Steven, allowing him to avoid potentially one hit. And off air just missed out. It's
Dang.
missed out that time, but answered right back as soon as that happened. ESAM was in position to
Steven's
immediately
dead.
take a rocket to the face after getting the KO, staring that one down, not dodging quick enough.
That was really funny. I'm sorry. Wonderful play there by MVD.
Okay, hold on. They're making this comeback.
Really tied up right now. The very next ring out will go ahead and take this specific game. And oh my goodness, as I'm watching LK come up with some of these crazy aerial moves right now, I'm just hoping and praying for this Steven Universe's life.
Oh, and that rocket almost taking off the top at 30 damage. You have to be so careful around the strength that is Bugs Bunny. And now
And they're ganging up on Lord Knight.
So you throw the battering to keep Bugs over there as you continue to attack this Aria. Lord Knight having a very hard time. You saw the shield go high, and now they're going to heal for a second if you leave them alone for too long.
Oh, wow. Okay. Steven Universe going into the fire, going into the flame has to be very,
I'm
very
predicting
careful.
somebody gets hit by that rocket that Bugs just threw up. Only thing that sucks is he just threw it up above the pit, so it's gonna have to try to catch somebody on this ledge right
It
here.
doesn't look like Batman's able to go in fast enough. Dodges the Aria pie, but isn't able to do much else for that.
Dang, they just bopped Steven.
An unfortunate ring out for Steven Universe, putting MVD and Lord Knight up.
Bugs' kids giving them rage state too? That's interesting. I saw that right there, damn.
And that was incredible recognition from Lord Knight because the blade was on the moving platform. If you move into that blade at any time, it will become attached to you. And as soon as it became attached, you saw Aria instantly teleport over to the Steven, close it out with the special off the top, and taking it 3-1 to...
That's what I'm saying. This game got crazy synergy when you really sit there and think about it. Because like they're saying, like Wonder Woman in the previous showcase, Wonder Woman can pull her teammates back from death onto the map. So if you were gonna fall and you're telling your teammate, hey, come pick me back up, come pull me back on the stage, Wonder Woman can pull you back up. If you're playing Wonder Woman and Aria can throw a knife on Wonder Woman and teleport back to her like that, or Wonder Woman can just pull Aria back in. So it's like the team synergy can really go nuts in this game. That's something you don't see a lot. Because, you know, in these types of games where it's 2v2, you're normally just going with some random person online, so the team synergy isn't going to be as strong. But if you're playing with somebody that you know and can communicate with, you can really go nuts.
Ajax, that play, absolutely astounding, incredibly hype, and honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, I may have missed a few really awesome moments, but I think we have an instant replay. Can you go over just some of the cruxes of that amazing set?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take a look back at what happened here between these two teams. A big primary thing that happened was that huge rocket finding those ring outs left and right. You see it off the top, you see it off the left, and then you see this knockout here on the right-hand side as well from MVD, catching light, going above the stage, and it happened twice using the safe as a projectile, because if you hit the safe after it's grounded with one of those side airs or a move in general, it can knock it away. But that move right there, catching Steven as the tether comes through and then using the tether to find a ring out himself between the two teams is such a good tool. Now here in this game, you see as ASAM tried to jump over the top of the rocket to get away from it, to get away from the pressure. It not only caught light at the bottom.
Yeah, Bugs's projectiles are kind of crazy. Because he can drop the safe that does damage to you while it's falling, and then he can kick it. It'd be one thing if he just dropped the safe. He can then kick it to horizontally hit you. But then he shoots a rocket that can go horizontal or vertical, and if it goes vertical, it goes off screen. Imagine trying to avoid two characters rushing you down already, and then you gotta also be prepared for a rocket to randomly fall. Because the thing is that rocket's timing, it's very difficult to like try to predict and be adjusting for, because it goes up. It's gone for like a good couple of seconds, way longer with this type of game that's fast paced for you to forget and lose track of it, and then next thing you know the rocket's falling down on you and your teammate. And both of y'all are decent damage to where it can either kill you or almost kill you.
Jumping right after he tried to jump away from that one, the rocket went directly underneath the
And then
stage
Bugs
and
can
then catches
combo
another one
if
off
you
the
get hit
top.
by the rocket.
MVD, the MVP, it's mostly been the rocket so far as well.
Drop the save.
Here on this final game, you see a lot of pressure coming in from Red Team. They had such good team synergy, including this moment right
what
here.
happened there?
As you see, as Bugs jumps
Teleport.
up towards Steven,
Boom.
you could use the knife to teleport to that target as well. So even if that
That's
bat
a great
missed,
scene.
Lord Knight was already ready to go and catching that hit right there from the knife as well. Perfectly executed team synergy, and that was in fact the final ring out of the set, and an incredible one at that.
Now, I know you said MVD, MVP, or MVB, most valuable bunny inside that set, but I'm really interested in what the players felt throughout the entirety of this set. Now, I think instead of maybe doing some of these 2v2s, we do a 1v1 with you and some of these players. Very possibly some interviews. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and talk to the players and see how they felt about this experience today.
Alright guys, we're back. So basically I'm cutting here for time because I didn't want this video to be super crazy long. So what I had to do was I still went through and watched all the commentary and all the feedback that everybody had, but the difference is I just cut that out for the video purposes, because basically all they were doing was just interviewing the people that played, getting their initial reviews of the game and their reactions. And if you want to watch the full uncut thing, go watch it on the MultiVersus channel. If I remember, I'll have the link in the description for it, but if not, it's not hard. Just search literally the title of the game and you'll find their channel. But yeah, I just cut that because it's just, I'm not saying it's unnecessary content, but I'm trying to keep these reactions not 40 plus minutes long. And just looking at it already before I even had to edit it, I can already see I was hitting 30 minutes on one part, and that was before I accidentally had stopped my recording for the other part. So I'm like, that's 40 plus minutes already, and they clearly were still having more people to interview. So I was like, if you want to watch that, I'll leave that in the description, or you can look on their channel for the full in-depth review of the players like Lord Knight and MVD that MVD and the other two that I'm forgetting the names of right now that were playing against them. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this short and just move on to the end.
And that concludes our presentation of the MultiVersus Pro Player Showcase. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, MultiVersus will be released later this year, free to play on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC platforms, included with cross-play support and cross-progression. Also, make sure you check out MultiVersus.com to sign up and participate with a chance to play in future playtests, and also keep up to date with all the official MultiVersus social channels to sign up and get access to the latest news and announcements. Take care and see you next time.
Can we get an open beta? Because from what all I know, or open alpha, because right now they're in the alpha stage. So all we've been getting is closed alpha betas where you gotta go in, and it's not guaranteed you're getting in. So for people like me that just have bad luck, it's like, well, we're not playing the game anytime soon. We're just gonna be sitting here watching people, which isn't a problem. But you know, you're trying to get your hands on feel of the game. You feel me? But overall, this is dope. Sorry that this might be a little long for my reactions. I know the last one was pretty long at 30 minutes, and I looked at this one. This was a 30-minute video, and the last one wasn't even 30 minutes long. So I was like, it's probably gonna be some parts of this I gotta cut out. So my bad for that. Normally I like to keep my reactions in their entirety, fully unedited and stuff like that. But for this one, I just didn't want y'all to suffer through a almost hour long video, maybe even an hour long one. So I'll go in and do my cuts. I'll probably, just to let you know, if you're wondering what I'm gonna cut out, it's probably just gonna be the interviews at the end. Like I said, if you want to see what the players themselves that were playing were saying, go on the MultiVersus channel to watch that part. But I've already showed y'all the gameplay. The talking afterwards is probably the least important, because I don't want to cut out gameplay, because the gameplay was very informative, like I said, and the commentary was definitely highlighting some stuff that even I wasn't noticing. But alright, I'll see you on the next video. Like and subscribe if you know and want to check out my MultiVersus stuff. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.